Hello, and welcome. You're listening to the realest podcast out there, the C.A.P.Cast. Brought to you by your hosts, Eli, Maverick, Austin, Tyler, Damien, and whoever else decides to talk in the background this week. If you wish to support the show, like, subscribe, and leave a comment to let us know your thoughts on today's topic, or how annoying your least favorite host was this week. And without further ado, I present to you the realest episode yet. No cap. Hi, and welcome to this week's episode of the C.A.P.Cast. I'm Eli.
I'm Maverick.
I'm Tyler.
I'm Damien.
Oh, thank God. Alright.
I was worried about Damien there.
So, we have a pretty funky topic this week.
Yeah, what's our topic? We don't know. Also, Tyler, finally out of traffic there. Took him long enough.
Tyler, I am so happy that you're back out of traffic.
Me too.
So, like, where were you? Like, how far away?
It was still the Nashville traffic.
Oh, wow. Still that bad. Bad lane closures, huh?
Oof. That's kind of rough.
Yeah.
It's the definition of you hate to see it.
I did make the main show. I only missed the openers.
Nice. Good job.
So, what's our topic? We don't know.
Our topic this week is Ecology Homestones.
What?
What's that? What?
Ecology Homestones. So,
What's ecology?
a little while ago, I found...
What's a homestone?
Ecology.
Yeah.
I heard it is like E-ecology, like a college. I'm like,
The College of Ease?
No.
A collage.
This still does not help my cause.
So I found this TikTok account a little while back, and I was like, this
Okay.
is bizarre. And so yesterday, I spent like 3 hours watching every video and reading all the comments, and now we have lore to discuss.
Okay. What is the topic again?
Ecology Homestones. Don't worry, I have TikToks to show you guys.
oh boy.
Oh, you're gonna show us.
I am. I'm gonna cut them out of the final product of the podcast, but you can. I'll link them in the description. All right, we can talk about it now.
So it was just people in a room with some weird, like, horror sounds with
That-
some.
That was so. What you just watched was Ecology Homestones, one of their live performances.
This is a band.
So Ecology Homestones is an interesting project.
It's a project.
Yes. So the overall topic of this is going to be talking about the lore of the project, but I am going to briefly touch on what the project actually is. It seems overall the project is a kind of like advertising scheme for their music, which is noise music, which
I got that impression.
some people do not qualify as music because it's just noise.
Noise music is just noise.
Basically, in one of the comment sections in one of their TikToks, someone said music in parentheses, and so EHS, as I'm going to refer to them as, replied with noise, not music.
So they don't consider themselves music.
They don't even think it's music.
Correct. Yeah.
It's just noise.
That being said, I think if you dive into EHS's kind of process, I think you'll find even if it's not music, it can definitely be considered art. While it may not be pleasant.
I already got that impression.
Oh,
Like,
this is a super artistic account, as you guys will see.
it was just a video of, like, a lot of noises, and it looked like
If
a
not
Halloween
artistic,
decoration,
in a similar
like,
word.
going mad in the background.
Yeah. So that being said, we're going to jump a little bit into the lore. So I have their website pulled up, and I'm going to read you their take on the lore off the website, and then we'll dive into it a little more.
Okay, this is what they say their project's about.
Yes. Yeah. All right. So are you all ready for this?
Yes.
Y'all ready for this?
Is Damien joining us?
I'm here.
Okay. He's here. All right. Here we go. Now I know this sounds silly, but Ecology Homestones is about carrots. Hopefully this will make that clear for everyone. Beginning in 1778, a competitive gnome named Cheapskate initiated a campaign of torment upon 8 very sleepy carrot farmers, all of whom were coincidentally named Robert.
Time out. Time out.
Yep,
Time out.
we're timed out.
So this all started because in 17 what?
1778? Yeah,
There was a
1778.
gnome.
There was a gnome
Named Cheapskate.
named just Cheapskate, the gnome,
Yeah.
who didn't like carrot farmers.
No. He initiated a campaign of torment on 8 very sleepy carrot farmers, all coincidentally named Robert.
So all these carrot farmers who are sleepy named Robert.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just getting a grasp on what's happening.
Yep. Are you guys
Okay,
ready for me to
okay.
continue?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. This playful assault fell upon the Roberts in the form of 8 violence-based challenges. The winner would be crowned as the bride of Alchi. For the rest, an eternity of unimaginable wickedness. Imagine.
Who's
That doesn't
Algae?
sound very.
I don't know. That was never specified.
Just someone in Algae.
I don't know.
And why was it playful? It didn't sound playful.
That didn't sound playful.
It's playful for Cheapskate. Imagine
Cheapskate.
a long wet floor of endless tile. Oh, I'm stupid. The grout lousy with them innumerable crawling misfortunes of birthday. No one likes it.
Of birthday? Birthdays are
Yep.
great.
Okay, well, you know what? According to this, no one likes it. Birthdays might be good, but what about the innumerable crawling misfortunes of birthday?
What is that trying to reference? Getting old?
I think it's a name of one of their either EPs, albums, and or singles.
Oh, it's the name of one of their things.
Yeah, because Bride of Algae is also a name of one of their EPs, I think.
Damien's alive.
Wow.
I got it.
What
Look at
happened to your
him.
quality? The camera quality for Damien's video is very bad.
It's because it's on my laptop. My laptop had the camera manually shut off from inside the settings.
Well, we can now see Damien and his great
Let's
quality.
go.
all his glory.
Okay, continue.
Alright, secrets were kept. The true nature and rule structure of the gnomes' competitions were a mystery to everyone but the gnome. Because of this advantage, and the gnome's 4 black peppercorn eyes which control the shape and temperature of salt, the gnome, Cheapskate, obliterated the Roberts.
Okay, so four-eyed gnome
Yep,
with peppercorn eyes
yep.
had the ability to change time and temperature?
Has the ability to change shape and
Shape.
temperature of
Shape.
salt.
Of salt.
Yeah,
And because of this, he destroyed the Roberts.
he obliterated them.
I thought
Obliterated
this
the
is
Roberts.
sounding less and less playful to me.
This, yeah.
Unless you're Cheapskate.
And he obliterated the Roberts because they were sleepy carrot farmers?
No, because they
No one
I'll
likes
get to that.
carrot
I'll get to
farmers.
that. I'll get to that.
Okay.
Now, at least 2 years later, or maybe 3 or something, a different thing is happening, and it's tangentially related to that other stuff I said. You need to know this. Didn't your friends tell you? You see, there's something out there to get you, and it's just as stupid as you are.
What?
That's the end of their bio.
That's how they presented it?
Yeah.
Okay, so after Cheapskate did this, this is 2 to 3 years later, and now something is
Or
about to get
3
done.
or something. Remember, this happened in 1778.
My bad. So I'm in the 1800s.
No, it's
No, I'm in
2023.
Okay.
That
So,
you sure did say a lot of words.
you
Yeah.
sure did.
They sure wrote a lot of words.
They did. So this nonsense music is trying to make nonsense sense.
No.
They're not music, they're noise.
So,
There's no,
continue.
so what's the point? What?
What's
What
the
is
point
the-
of what?
Of them doing this? Like, of like, given...
What's
this
it's just
lore.
art.
What's the point?
It's just
What's
art.
the point of any art?
Yeah.
I feel like I could spout some bullshit like this, and it could be interpreted as art, too.
That okay, well
probably.
there comes the time old argument about any art piece. I could have done that.
But why would I?
I can quite confidently say I could not have written that.
Because
I don't
if you
think I
had
could.
written that, you'd be on a podcast right now, getting talked about without your permission.
Without permission. That's a big one. My
Yeah.
bad.
I mean, we have been
I
on
have
a
to conclusions.
Oh, yeah, we have been on a podcast before and talked about, but I think it was with our permissions.
Yeah.
But I'm just
Yeah,
asking,
I think
like,
it was.
like
too.
I'm more asking in the realm of them trying to project their piece of artwork onward.
It's the way I
How-
see it. It is a big kind of marketing scheme to show off their kind of artistic vision to whoever it hits. You know, it's like if you do graffiti, you're not trying to show that graffiti to all the classical art people. You're trying to show it to the graffiti people. So just because it's an obscure art doesn't mean it's not. It's not.
what if you like-
You're just not the target audience if you don't think it's cool. You know,
What
if
if you like
that makes sense.
graffiti? What if you like graffiti the Met? Then you are trying to show your graffiti to like.
Well, then
classical
it's okay. In most cases, in that case, it would be less about the art of the graffiti and more about the message of graffiti.
art. Okay.
Is there more?
More. Oh, to this?
Yes.
Yeah, I went through their entire TikTok account, read all the comments.
Okay. Okay.
There's so much more.
So I'm caught up to this point.
Yeah.
Anybody else has any questions?
I'm still like
Well, okay.
at the
So
understanding level of before, but that's not going to change.
the good thing
Damien,
about this
do you
is
understand
everything
what's
else here,
Yeah, I'm good. I got it.
everything else from this point on, basically just elaborates.
Okay. Okay. So let's
That's
elaborate.
good news.
All right, let me pull up my notes real quick so I don't skip over anything. Okay, I have another TikTok to show you guys. All right, what are you guys' thoughts on that one?
It was like music for a second, and then the last half second, nails on chalkboard.
So, I have a question.
Yeah,
In the first video, there was the hanging flesh-like moving blob thing.
yeah. Robert
Yes.
3.
And then it was also
There
in
wasn't
the
that
second.
here.
Whoa,
No, it was
Wait,
there.
Wait.
Whoa. Robert Fruit?
No, Robert 3. The cube is Robert 3.
The cube
The little like meat cube you guys have seen a couple
is
times.
Robert 3.
That's Robert 3.
Where's Robert 1 and 2?
Robert 1 has not been shown yet, but is rumored to be in some kind of flotation chamber. Robert 2 has not been mentioned.
Is this Robert 3 the same aforementioned of the 8 Roberts?
Yes, he is one of the carrot farmers.
This is just a complex version of Meet the Robertsons.
Sure.
I don't know what
Tyler,
that is.
did you have more to that question you were asking earlier before I interrupted you?
No, you kind of went in the direction that I was going to go. I was going to ask if there was something to that.
Yeah, that's Robert number 3, the primary visual aid to their live performances.
So
Mhm.
the random, like, in the corner hanging thing is Robert 3.
That's Robert 3.
Okay.
Okay.
So the first little bit of lore we're going to go into is this kind of Roberts. So 3 Roberts have been shown on camera. The
Wait.
Roberts are what?
But you said 1 and 2 hasn't been mentioned, so is this like 4, 5, 6 or something like that?
Robert 3's been shown, Robert 5's been shown, and Robert 7 has been shown.
What have we seen? Robert 3?
You've
saw Robert
technically
3.
seen Robert 3 and Robert 5.
Wait, when did we see Robert 5?
Robert 5 was the one that pressed the button at the end of that last TikTok.
Wait.
Oh, it was the dude?
The
Yeah,
Halloween decoration dude?
yeah,
That's a Robert?
yeah. That's Robert number 5.
Who was the guy
I'm
in the
confused.
first video?
I'm gonna say I'm confused.
I don't remember who was in the first video. It may have been Robert number 5, but if it was a human, then it was not a Robert. I mean, the
No,
Roberts
I mean,
are
who's that?
humans. They're just not. They don't
Tyler,
look
I think
like
it was the
humans.
same, Halloween decoration pressing the button.
Okay, it may have been different then. But it wasn't a Robert. If it wasn't Robert number 5.
It was a human-shaped person.
Okay, all right. I don't know. I don't remember.
I think it was Robert 5.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's.
I thought the Roberts were obliterated.
Yeah.
Well, as you may have noticed by the fact that one of them is no longer human and he is in fact a meat cube, they didn't die. They were just done to.
Obliterated.
So here's the thing, right? The Roberts are all carrot farmers that participated in Cheapskate's campaign of Torment, and they all lost. And so Cheapskate was like, and basically just committed atrocities to them.
Could you find me 8 carrot farmers right now?
This was in 1778.
Even then, carrots is a very specific thing to farm.
Have you ever been to a Minecraft village?
Didn't you own a Minecraft village?
I do not know what you're talking about.
That wasn't a Minecraft village. That was a Minecraft plantation.
So, what
I rest
was
my
the
case.
purpose of showing the second video? Not the purpose, but like what did we?
I just
get?
wanted to show you guys some more of the Robert footage to kind of segue into what I'm going to.
Enthralled.
So
yeah,
let's talk. Let's talk. Okay, so first things first, I want to talk a little about EHS themselves, which is the entity that creates this content.
Yes.
So in a few of their TikToks, their hands are often shown disconnected from any body and rather connected to a electronic servo or something. So
wait, so their hands just aren't there?
Their hands just, it's and all you ever see is their hands.
Okay.
So their hands may or may not be connected to an actual person, but they also may or may not be something else. And I actually have a theory after I give you guys some more information that I just thought of.
Theory? Okay.
Yeah. Okay, and then, so EHS seems to flip between wanting to protect and harvest the Roberts.
Harvest?
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Wait, why are we harvesting?
We will get to that.
Wait, protecting?
Yeah.
From who?
From what?
Cheapskate.
Hasn't Cheapskate done enough?
He's trying to finish.
Cheapskate loves what he does.
This is gnome. Gnomes.
So this kind of flip-flop he does is shown a couple times. Once, after a long string of harvesting things from Robert number 3, initiated by a video that contained Cheapskate's first video appearance, Robert 3 is taken to a hotel until it's safe again. And EHS tone seems more protective again.
We get to see Cheapskate?
You get to see Cheapskate's hands. But we'll come back to that
hands.
too. And in that comment section of that video, someone asked what EHS is protecting the Roberts from, or what was he keeping them safe from, and they just replied, "Safe from me."
Okay.
So that's most of the knowledge I have on EHS themselves.
Okay, so they're like sounds like a corporation of modern day, or they're like.
I think they are a creation of Cheapskate.
Okay.
I'll explain why after we finish talking about Robert 3. But first, we're going to talk about Cheapskate. So, EHS is quoted in saying, "He is just a puppet of Cheapskate, and most living things are puppets of gnomes."
I ain't about to be out here being controlled by anything shorter than me.
Tyler never going to get married to a short woman.
Nope.
At the very least, not going to be controlled by one.
I see. There's a misconception about marriage here, I think, somewhere in this call. On one of these sides.
So, they're saying that, like, everything's just gnome.
Most living things are controlled by gnomes. That's it.
Oh,
you don't have to dig into it that much. It's just what it is.
Okay.
So EHS refers to Cheapskate as a few things. They call them a villain, competitive, no friend of any Robert. But very interestingly, EHS themselves refers to Cheapskate as a friend once.
Cheapskate backstabbed EA.
EHS?
I forgot
What
the
gives you
S.
that impression?
He was their friend once.
No, I think Eli was saying that they have once referred to Cheapskate as a friend.
Yeah,
They've only
EHS.
referred to him as a friend once.
Yes, which I believe was in a comment section somewhere. But I think the interesting thing to note is that EHS refers to the Roberts as friends and Cheapskate as friends, but he refers to Cheapskate as no friend of any Robert.
Okay.
So I just think that's interesting. Now, for a little physical description, you guys heard 4 black peppercorn eyes. He has no
Yep.
nose or mouth.
This doesn't sound very gnome-like.
Well, he's a gnome man. Well, okay. EHS is also quoted saying, oh, where'd it go? Oh, it's not on my notes anymore. He said he doesn't know what he means when he says gnome. EHS also claims that Cheapskate is cute.
Wait, so they don't know, like, it's not really gnome-like, but they just call it gnome?
Supposedly. And Cheapskate is a Robert adjacent, but non-Robert creature.
Wait, Cheapskate is a Robert equivalent,
Yes.
but not a Robert creature.
Yes.
Okay.
Which could mean that Cheapskate was in something like the Campaign of Torment at one point and lost or something. Or he was just created by something.
Okay, continue.
It's time for our next TikTok.
Oh boy.
This one
Robert
you guys get to
7?
see Cheapskate's hands, and you get to see that
Oh.
Cheapskate is kind of slick with an instrument, actually.
Oh really?
Alrighty. What did you guys think of that one?
It looked like the hands were like chicken feet.
Yeah,
And they were playing something from like a dark, the villain had just showed up almost. Like it was very, how would you describe it?
Ominous?
Ominous.
Ominous is a good word for it.
It was just like some instrument that had like 3 strings.
There were no strings.
Was there not?
No,
Those were
it
cans.
was a row of tin cans.
Oh, it was a row of tin cans that
Yeah.
made noise.
Yeah.
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 That was. He was kind of slick with the instrument.
It was kind of funky.
given that he was working with tin cans, pretty impressive.
And
Yeah.
6 fingers
Yeah.
that
Okay.
looked like chicken feet.
By the way, I know that he's probably not like this, but when I hear gnome, I can't think of anything but this.
Just
He could be like that, just no nose or mouth, and his eyes are peppercorns.
the eyes have to be peppercorns. Remember?
And you've
That-
seen his
that's-
eye, and you've seen his hands.
Yeah, but that's my internal image of a gnome.
Every
I think
time
that's fair.
I think of the progressive gnome, just with 4 eyes. That's what I
He
think.
does have 4 eyes, actually. That is correct.
Yeah, like that's what I think. I just think the stereotypical garden gnome, which is 4 eyes.
And no nose or mouth.
and no nose or mouth.
And he's cute.
How can you make that cute?
I don't know, man. Alright,
Okay.
let's talk about Robert number 3.
Okay, I'm excited to hear about Robert number 3 because he's a good guy.
We
it
have
looks like.
the most knowledge of any Robert on Robert number 3.
Man, why is Robert number 3 so popular?
Robert number 3 was the first Robert to appear on camera.
Okay.
Alright, so you guys are probably wondering, how did Robert 3 become a cube?
Yeah.
I
a
assumed
cube
it
of
was
flesh.
Cheapskate. That was how he got obliterated.
Robert
Yeah.
3 was reduced to stumps after failing to feed the lime.
What? There are so many characters being introduced. Who is the lime?
The limestone. The limestone needs blood.
What?
Don't worry, the limestone does not have very much information on it. I've told you almost everything there is to know about the limestone.
So the limestone needed blood, and Robert number 3 couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Okay, and so the limestone made him into a cube of flesh?
He didn't feed the lime.
I'm pretty sure Cheapskate turned him into a cube of flesh because he didn't feed the lime.
Yeah. And he is kept
Ah.
alive through gnome magic. And he is the remains of a human carrot farmer having his skin picked apart. And he has severe memory loss. And he is probably
That's probably good for him.
27% cysts.
He's what percent?
27.
That's such a specific number.
Yeah. Additionally, he communicates through dreams, expels dark cubes. He's burdened with eternal consciousness.
Has anyone ever tried putting the Roberts out of their misery?
I don't know.
Nobody's been like, you know what? They need to be done.
Yeah. It is also noted that none of the Roberts are attackers. They're all just victims.
Yeah.
Okay. So tell us more about Robert number 3.
Yeah. In one of the comments, this isn't super important to any of the story, but I thought it was kind of good. Someone asked if Robert number 3 likes carrots, and EHS replied, "He enjoys the texture of carrots on his skin, but cannot consume them or anything else."
So he's kept alive by no means magic,
Yeah.
but can't eat.
Yeah. Also, all the Roberts are in constant agonizing pain.
I think that just came with
I believe
the
that.
whole obliteration from Cheapskate.
Yeah.
I just imagined that was just kind of
Yeah.
The
That,
base.
just in case it wasn't implied, I was gonna say it.
yeah.
Okay, so from this point forward, actually, never mind. We're not there quite yet. So, people talk about how much they like seeing him because he seems to be the fan favorite Robert. When someone said that they enjoyed seeing him in one of the comments, EHS replied, "He's contractually obligated to make a series of scheduled appearances if he wants his flower. He really likes flowers."
He likes feeling flowers because he can't see or anything.
I suppose so.
Contractually obligated.
Yep.
Wait, does that mean he has a?
I find it hard to believe that he could sign a contract in that.
Well, he wasn't always that. He wasn't always just a stump.
Did he have a choice?
I don't know.
Okay.
All right. So the phrase "Did you feed the lime?" is a forever repeating phrase in his head.
Because he didn't.
Yeah.
I'm getting the impression that Cheapskate's kind of a jerk.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's a good dude.
Let's talk about the cubes that R3 produces.
Okay.
Wait. R3.
Robert 3.
Okay.
Robert 3.
The cubes?
Yeah. So I'm going to show you guys 3 TikToks now. One at a time. And we're going to talk between each of them. And me editing this is going to be miserable.
Okay.
Because I had to make multiple cuts. Alright, guys. What did you think of that one?
Why does there have to be there noise music in every one?
That's just part of it, man.
R3
I think we
seems
just saw
smaller.
decubing.
R3, yeah, Robert 3 did seem smaller.
Did he?
He also produced a blue cube.
Yeah.
And they had a lot of blue cubes.
He makes you in EHS's account they reference decubing R3 a lot.
Decubing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can relate. You have to decube every so often, so
Yeah.
I decubed right before the podcast.
I do think it's interesting to note that he cannot consume anything, and yet he constantly makes a waste product.
Probably because of no magic.
Yeah, probably.
no, there's no magic.
Mhm.
He just produces cubes.
Yep.
Can a man not just produce cubes? Maybe it's all the carrots he ate.
So I have another TikTok for you guys.
Okay.
In this one, EHS is shown eating the cubes.
Each S is eating the cubes?
EHS. What do you guys think of that?
They're just eating chips.
That was
I
the
think
cube.
the cubes are just chips. I
You
think
think?
Robert just produces chips. Robert 3, yeah. They sounded like chips.
I personally wouldn't want to eat something that came out
like
of
the
Robert
blue,
3.
the blue Takis?
No, I don't know those.
You don't know the blue Takis?
Mm-mm.
Like the normal Takis? Like the red ones?
Yeah.
They made them blue.
Hmm.
Basically the same thing in my eyes.
I see. That makes sense.
So they're just eating Takis.
Blue isn't a spicy color.
That's why
True.
they did it.
So now you guys get to actually get a good look at what the cubes actually look like. So we're gonna watch another one.
They're purple and they're cube.
What do we think of that?
So it was Robert 3 again, and they played a rock, paper, scissors for a second. I don't understand why they did that.
What?
The
I missed that?
paper that they put a piece of rock on? Did anyone else see that?
Oh,
That was like a half of an avocado.
okay. Hear me out. That could be the lime.
That's the lime?
Possibly. I
That
could
was
be
a rock.
completely wrong. I could be completely wrong.
I'm with.
That
I
is
think
just
I'm
an
with
educated
Tyler.
guess.
I think that was an avocado.
That was an
And then
avocado? I thought that was a
an
rock.
avocado.
What the
Avocado,
fuck?
And then they just broke a cube and there was like a piece of bubble gum inside.
That's
I
one
love
of
how
Robert
each of
3's
these
cubes.
comes with ear rape.
Yeah.
It
That's
does
actually my
everything.
favorite song that they've made. That one's called Flower.
Mm.
Hey, that's Robert's favorite.
Yeah.
Are you Robert 3?
God, I hope not. I'd be making cubes.
You'll be making cubes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that would be
so-
awful.
Also, the hand was messed up.
I think the hand had a glove on.
Yeah.
It did. Okay.
Why is it using? Why are they using a glove, like tongs, if they just grabbed it with their hand?
That's what I thought.
Well,
Well,
remember.
they use the tongs to break it.
Okay, this is feeding into my theory even more. Now I feel like my theory is correct, but we're still not done. We have to finish talking about the cubes before I give my theory.
Okay. Maybe there's a curing process. Like, you
Maybe.
have to let them sit out for like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
They need to cool off.
So EHS uses different substances from Robert 3 to cook. I think he has 2 cooking videos on his TikTok. One he uses the
cook?
cubes, I think. No, one he uses weeping venom, and the other he uses some kind of.
Robert produces weeping venom.
Yeah, we'll come back to that. And then the other he uses like some powder from Robert 3.
Well, Robert 3 is making everything.
Yeah, he's a harvestable. Anyways, yeah. So
5.
we'll get there in a second. He's pretty cool too. Robert 3 produces a decubing byproduct called weeping venom. We don't know too much about it. We know it evaporates quickly and it makes a noise. Or something. It does something.
It's like a angry gas. Like gasoline.
But it's liquid.
Like gasoline.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. As far as the knowledge we have, Robert 3 is the only Robert full of cubes.
That's sad.
Debatably. Okay, so
Who
I
doesn't wanna be
think
full of
that's
cubes?
all the knowledge we need for me to give my No. Okay, there's a little more. Oh yes, dude, I'm so glad I didn't forget this. This is literally the basis of my whole idea. So we'll get there in a second. But after a while, the cubes get darker.
Okay.
We don't know much more about that. And you guys know how EHS has eaten the cubes and used them to cook and stuff.
Yeah.
EHS is also quoted saying, "No one eats the cubes. The thought is repulsive."
That thought
It's a
was
little
so repulsive.
sus.
Damien just left the room for a second.
Why'd he do that?
It was repulsive. He had to leave. He's back
Okay.
now, though.
So the other thing, Cheapskate lives in a tree, and he claims the cubes as tribute. So I'm gonna show you guys another TikTok where we get to see the first video appearance of Cheapskate.
We see him?
You see his hands.
I'm here.
He's never made a
Bro.
full appearance.
I hate my life. I want to see the 4 peppercorns.
All right, thoughts on that one?
That was the lowest quality one yet,
Really?
in my opinion, yeah.
The hand was not messed up. It was like a
No, the
normal.
hand wasn't messed up, yeah.
The hand looked fake.
But they just put the cubes at the base of a tree with an opening.
Yeah, and Cheapskate took them.
And then a hand came and just
Yeah.
took not even all of them, like 2 at most.
Yeah. The bowl was also full of salt, for the record. It's kind of hard to see, and I only noticed that after I read a comment that said it.
What's the deal with the salt?
Cheapskate
He
can control
controls
the
the shape of temperature.
Yeah, shape
like,
and temperature. Yeah.
Has there anything else? Is there anything else about the salt, or is that just
No,
he
it's
does
just
that?
Cheapskate's gimmick, I guess.
Okay?
Actually,
Jesus.
we do learn a little more about his ability when we get to Robert 5.
I think that the whole reason why he obliterated the Roberts is because when they didn't want to do what he wanted them to do in his competition, he got a little salty.
Damien, what are you doing? Why are you
That's
making that noise?
Sorry, I'm fidgeting. I started tapping to stop spinning.
Okay.
I didn't realize it was that loud.
Yeah. What about Robert 5? Are we on a Robert 5? I don't
No.
want to hear about Robert 5.
Not
Dang
yet.
it.
All right. So the last thing about the cubes, they've been quoted to power some kind of machine made by Cheapskate. And now, my theory. EHS is Cheapskate's machine.
I see the theory. I believe you. I agree.
Yeah.
Okay,
I mean-
cool. I just thought of that when I
Yeah.
started talking about it. I was like, wow, that makes a lot of sense. So,
That's why they
cool.
eat it.
Yeah, I'm
That's
glad
what-
I thought
that's
of
what
that.
That's what they have to deal with, and that's why they're okay with Cheapskate. But not really.
Yeah.
Wow.
Maybe EHS could be one of the Roberts, technically, I guess. I didn't think they were, but they could technically be. If they're like somehow like the
No.
humanity side of them wants to like take care of the Roberts, but then
Because-
the Cheapskate side is like
Because that can't be the case unless there's just incorrect information out there. Because EHS said that it was a friend of
it's true.
Cheapskate, and that Cheapskate was a friend of No Roberts.
Well, can you be a friend of someone that isn't a friend with you?
No.
Okay. So being a friend is a mutual thing.
Yeah.
Okay. That's fair. I think that's a healthy thing to have in mind. Let's talk about Robert 5.
Finally.
Okay, so
I
and
love
we get a
Robert 5.
bunch of information about him in the first TikTok he appears in,
Okay.
which I don't think I actually have on here. I don't have
I
any.
Hate you. I hate you.
Ooh,
hate
I don't have
you. I
any
like
Robert number
Robert
5 TikToks. Okay,
I
hang on,
hate
hang
you,
on,
I
hang on,
hate
hang
you,
on,
I
hang
hate
on,
you,
hang
I
on,
hate
hang on,
you,
hang
I
on.
like-
I'm gonna go pull up the Robert number 5 TikTok,
R5.
and then we're gonna watch it, and then we're gonna talk about it. So give me just a second.
Okay.
You have been permitted 1 second. 1.
Ooh, your 1 second is up.
Well, I guess you guys don't get to see Robert number 5 then.
Oh,
I'll
no,
permit
it's
you some more
Damien.
seconds.
Okay. Thoughts on Robert number 5?
He needs some
What was the point of that being that long?
Just for the audio clip.
He needs some chapstick.
Someone
Like,
actually says that in the comments. EHS replies something along the lines of, he appreciates the sentiment, but that won't help.
Well, he needs to get off the Botox for his lips then. It
Yeah,
just looked
something like that.
It just looked like very humanoid. Not
Yeah.
Robert, ain't no Robert 3.
It's true, it's true. Okay, so he someone said something about his hair, and EHS said something along the lines of, they make him keep the windows up in the car so that it doesn't get messed up, even though the car reeks of burnt earth. So the
Somebody
burning is a big part of Robert 5.
Robert 5 burnt earth.
Yeah.
Very specific on that.
So someone asked about. We're about to get into a whole thing about his eating habits, which is where we get most of his knowledge from.
Okay.
So this is, I think, word for word from EHS. Eating has become a pretty unpleasant experience for him, so I think his preferences have been skewed in a direction that is hard to predict. Starting cold is a good strategy for avoiding mouth and hand burns, but everything is flaming after a day in his stomach. So, to give some more context to that, I'm going to read another part of his affliction. as soon as I can find it. Okay. Cheapskate's curse upon Robert 5 is that his food gets hotter when left out instead of cold. It's more severe than you might expect. So basically, what that means is when he decides to eat something, from that moment forward until it's been devoured by him, it gets hotter and hotter.
Why wouldn't you just keep everything in the freezer?
It does. It helps a little.
Like frozen?
I mean, yeah. But after a day in his stomach, everything's on fire.
How fast does your stomach take to digest stuff?
You're not Robert 5, man.
Oh, so that's different too.
It could be. I don't know.
Okay.
We can't make any assumptions. Okay, I'm sorry. I literally just have this part right here that actually explains that. Once he decides he is going to consume something, it starts getting warmer. It won't stop until it has left his body.
Ah. That's terrible.
Someone said he
Sounds
needs...
like-
Oh, go ahead.
Sounds like he needs just like a liquid diet.
To Maverick, to answer your question, the average person's stomach, it takes 6 to 8 hours to process.
Oh.
36 for it to go through from your mouth out the other end.
Word.
So he needs some laxatives.
Yeah. Tyler, what was your statement again?
I feel like he just needs to be like on a liquid diet.
It's funny you say that because someone said that in a comment, and EHS replied, Robert 5 needs water desperately. He has to consume it quickly before it boils. It continues to boil after he has consumed it.
So it's just everything he eats or drinks gets hot.
Yeah. He's been alone for a very long time. He's desperate for affection. All he eats is mostly nutrient dust and poison. His body is full of boiling poison. EHS tries to avoid eye contact with him because he can't tell if he's nervous or thrilled, and he doesn't like it.
It sounds like he's very toxic.
Yeah. And he can speak fluent English, reportedly loud and very often.
He just sounds like unpleasant to be with.
Yeah,
He's kind of funny, actually.
The other thing is like,
What?
it seems like his affliction is based on him deciding to eat something, so it's like related to his mentality. So like if he were force-fed or fed something that he was unaware of, in theory he wouldn't be affected by it, right? It wouldn't warm up like it would otherwise.
I think at some point you have to decide to eat something.
Well, no. Like, what if you're asleep?
Mhm.
I slip a raisin in your mouth. I like force swallow it. You never decided to eat that.
I mean, okay, so a couple things there.
You don't like raisins?
One,
That was never what I said or what I implied.
What?
Then why would you do a raisin?
I was thinking about raisins.
all right, so one, if EHS is Cheapskate's machine and Cheapskate likes watching them suffer, why would anyone feed him in his sleep?
He sounds like, yeah. It sounds like I don't want
And
to be with him.
two,
I'd much rather be with Robert.
we don't know if Robert 5 sleeps.
His eyes were like wide open.
Yeah.
I mean, like, even still, like, I'm just saying, you can force someone to eat. Like, your point
That's
of
fair.
maybe he does want him to suffer, but EHS does say
Oh.
that they're a friend of the Roberts, right?
Yeah, they do mention that.
Sometimes, right?
Yeah.
So if you're a friend, theoretically, you don't want to be maximizing their suffering.
That's fair.
Yeah, but at some
We
point
do
you
know
gotta-
Robert 3 does sleep,
That's nice.
Yeah.
but we don't know if Robert 5 does. They did, in one TikTok, he's seen eating mandatory stalks, which is a vegetable they
What?
designed that masks about 20% of the burning sensation associated with flaming food.
That's good.
Yeah.
At least there's a little bit. Wait, so there's relief for it?
I guess. I don't know, man.
What food did you see? It glitched out when you said it.
Mandatory stalks.
Mandatory stocks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Any more about Robert 5?
That was my last detail about Robert 5. I am going to
like
see if I
Robert
can
3
find another Robert 5 TikTok real quick.
I don't think I need to see it. I like Robert 3
Oh,
more.
no. But, oh my god, that's loud. This is the best Robert 5 TikTok. And it's
I see
it's
why.
one of... There's no ear rape in this one.
Oh, I'm interested.
So give me just a second to find it. So, in the TikTok I'm about to show you, he is talking to another Robert that's off screen that we can't see. That's all the information you need going into this. Okay, so that was Robert 5.
That was Robert 5.
Yeah, and he was eating mandatory stalks there.
It was a lot more blue than I expected.
He is blue.
He is blue. I did not know that.
Mm-hmm.
He did not like the gnome either. Who would have thought?
Yeah,
Shocker. I personally, if I were in his situation, I don't think I would have liked the gnome either.
that's probably a
is
fair assessment.
Yeah.
Is Robert 5 also kept alive by gnome magic?
I think it is implied, but it's
Robert
never
3
said explicitly.
Robert 3 isn't kept alive by no magic, right?
Robert
he
3
is.
is kept alive by no magic.
I definitely thought he wasn't. Okay.
No, he is.
Okay, that makes sense. I was confused on how he was alive. Then.
Yep.
Okay.
Right. Any other remarks on Robert 5 before I move on to the final Robert we've been shown, which is Robert number 7?
I
don't
must have
like
decided
Robert
to eat those leeks like a while ago because they were already burning.
Yeah.
They were.
You'd think given his affliction, you'd probably like decide to eat something and then be really fast about eating it.
What if he decides to eat something then like doesn't?
I don't know.
I mean, if you decide to eat your food and like you heat it up and whatnot and get it all prepared and then don't eat it, it's still gonna cool down.
Do you think he's ever just like, yeah, I'm gonna eat this frozen pizza, and he just waits for it to be cooked?
I don't know, Eli.
Okay. Because you guys know the whole, like, there is some distance away from the nuclear bomb blast that chicken nuggets get cooked perfectly. It's like that idea.
Right.
Yeah, but the thing is I don't know the rate in which it warms up.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
feel
that's fair.
Well, I mean, it kind of the way it was phrased, his affliction made me think it would be like at the same rate that your food cools down.
That's
fair.
fast.
Yeah.
Not that fast.
Depends on what you're eating.
Robert 7. So far, Robert 3 is my favorite.
Robert 3 is gonna be your favorite. Robert 7 we
Oh.
don't have a ton of information on. He's my least favorite.
Ooh,
How many more
okay.
Roberts are there?
This
Me-
is the
me
last
on
one
my-
we know of. There's 8 total, but this is the last one we know of.
Me on my way to like Robert 7 the most, just to be contrarian.
So Robert 7 is buried underground.
I like this dude already.
He's harmless. And so here is the description.
You
of,
had me, then you lost me.
Here's the description of Robert 7. He's a spore-inflated fungal tentacles spanning miles between both sleepy municipalities and the sour, gripping tree frames of the boiling earth.
So he's just underground, and he's like a fungal. What's the?
It is also
fungus?
mentioned that he spans over time as well.
This sounds almost like an upgrade for him.
Potentially.
Yeah, he sounds like a fun guy.
Tyler,
Wow, that was a good one, Tyler.
that was the funniest thing you've ever said.
Thanks,
He is
I'll be
also
here all week.
expanding
won't.
exponentially in all
No, I
directions
won't.
until it's over.
Until it's over.
Yeah.
And there's videos of Robert 7?
There is. I'll get there in just a second. So EHS is seen building trust with Robert 7 before the thaw. The thaw is not mentioned again after that to date.
So they built trust with Robert 7, and then something happened called the thaw.
The thaw has not happened yet, I don't think.
Oh.
So so you can EHS took a piece of Robert 7 out of the ground, and in an attempt to communicate with it, put it next to like an old telephone, and little tentacles of it started to like go into the telephone. So the EHS is currently in the process of communicating with Robert 7.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mhm.
the Robert 7 is also mentioned in the newest addition to Ecology Homestones newest TikTok, which was uploaded yesterday.
Oh, yesterday. Wow.
Yeah. So this project is still very much going, but let me show you a TikTok of Robert number 7 real quick. Oh, good. There's a warning on this one, so it didn't play the noise.
Oh, there's a warning.
There's a warning on a lot of these videos.
Oh.
Is it an ear rape warning?
No. It's because it's
No.
weird. Alright, you guys ready? Alrighty, thoughts on Robert number 7?
For a second, it looked like a weird Dorito with a. Can we talk about the face that was just like sharpied onto it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
in a different in the first or second video, I think that Robert 7 put in there, like, this is what Robert 7's face looks like, and then they found a part of it and just painted a face on it.
What?
I think of the Roberts we've seen so far, I think Robert 7 got the best deal.
Yeah, definitely.
Robert 7 is fun. We don't know anything about his suffering yet. We've only heard about his
So,
expansion.
is it required that he has to suffer some?
What?
Does he have to suffer?
All Roberts suffer.
doesn't
Excruciating
everyone?
pain. What?
You know what? I think he suffers in success.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's potentially
Like-
fair.
From my perspective, it seems like he's just kind of underground vibing.
That's fair. That's fair.
Fuck.
So that's all the information on EHS I have, unless you guys have any more questions.
Fuck.
Wow. It's just weird.
It is weird.
It is very
I think
weird.
That's the point.
I encourage all of our viewers to go check out EHS. Again, all the TikToks I mentioned will be in the description in order. And yeah, this is still an ongoing story, so feel free to follow it.
It's weird. that
Eli,
some-
if you're into this kind of thing, it's a very different type deal, but it's somewhat similarly weird in the way, and it's like presented kind of similarly in like the way it's like it's a bit cryptic. But you might want to check out a YouTube channel called Local 58.
Noted. I will look into it. All right. Anyone else have any remarks?
I like Robert 3. I think may have my
I
heart.
like Robert 3 too. Robert 5 is a close second for me, but I do
No,
like Robert 3.
5. Robert 5 bottom tier. Robert 5.
Really?
No.
I like
Yeah,
Robert 5.
Robert 7.
You don't know him like I know him.
You can relate to Robert 5.
I don't know. I like Robert 7.
And that's fair. Damien, what Robert do you like the most?
Damien's a cheapskate guy.
Damien's a cheapskate guy. You like cheapskate?
True cheapskate. All my homies,
Homies
hate
hate
cheapskate.
Which one's Cheapskate?
The gnome.
Gnomes. Wait.
Well, he wasn't the gnome one. What? No. I don't... What is that?
It's Joe Biden.
Joe Biden.
Oh. When did we get that emoji?
Literally earlier this call, just for you.
Just for you.
Just for you. Oh, dude.
Alrighty.
Cheapskate.
Well, I'm gonna conclude the episode there.
All right,
Okay.
sounds
So-
good.
Everyone, thank you
What
for
the
watching.
fuck is it?
Stay tuned next week for our theme next week that I don't know yet, but
It's
I'll
fucking.
figure it out.
Oh, hang on. It's the green one that's new. I found it.
Damien, you have not been paying attention.
I've been trying, bro. This was a rough topic.
You were very quiet this episode. I could see this being a
I
little
did
rough
not.
for
I
you.
was struggling to comprehend a lot of it.
We'll
Like,
have
this
we'll have
was-
an easier to grasp subject next week.
like
This was very abstract.
Yeah.
I was trying to stay like informed and entertained by this. Like this
Not
was
your
not
cup
my
of tea.
type of deal. This
Yeah.
was not my cup of tea.
This was not your
I
cup
tried.
of Joe.
This was not your cup of Robert number 3.
This was.
All right, we're out of here. Remember, Ecology Homestones is about carrots.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to this week's edition. If you enjoyed it, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment to let us know how we did. I would also like to note that nothing any of our hosts say at any point is to be taken seriously or as genuine advice. All hosts are simply adding their genuine personality to each episode, thus making this podcast the realest one yet. No cap.